Yeah, once again, very good morning to all of you. Hope I'm very clear and audible for all of you. And thank you very much for joining and showing your interest for project management professional, one of the leading and global project management qualification. And so thank you once again. And your resource person, Shanaka, is here with us today. So let me first introduce Shanaka and give a brief about who is he, what he brings all about to project management, and also his experience and expertise in this area as one of the leading professional working for one of the top five the consultancy organization for Ernst & Young. So let me quickly introduce Shanaka, who brings more than, I think, 25 years, almost 25 years of experience in IT industry. Whereas out of that 25 years, 12 years he has spent in the senior management, exposure to both managerial plus technical, knowledge, know-how. And Shanaka is a BSc degree holder from National University of Ireland, and also he holds 2 masters, MBA from Cardiff Metropolitan University, and also from MSc from University of Moratuwa. So he holds double masters both in management as well as MSc in technology from University of Moratuwa. And also he's a holder of project management professional and agile certified practitioner. It's another qualification from PMI ACP. So addition to the project management qualification, also he holds agile certified practitioner, and also also certified Scrum Master. He's also a certified Scrum Master from Scrum Alliance USA. Shanaka is a leading resource person, visiting resource person for leading universities in the country. So he is a resource person for universities such as University of Colombo, University of Moratuwa, and also General Sir John Kothawala, the KDU University, and to many of the other corporate sector organizations. He has been working as a resource person, such include Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Institute of Engineers, IESL, and APIT, Asia Pacific Institute of Information Technology. Are some of his contributions as a visiting resource person. He both share his knowledge, experience, and his expertise with university students as well. Also, he has been conducting training related to project management and also related Scrum Master and these areas for large corporates, including selling co-insurance and Dialogue Axiata, LOLC, Virtusa, and Standard Chartered, some of the banking sector, and also CEB, Ceylon Electricity Board, Etisalat, CIMA, and Haley's Advantage, MAS, HSBC are some of his recent past corporate training that he has conducted to these sectors, to banking, to apparel sector, to both public and private sector. So also he has taught closer to 3,000 students getting this PMP qualification, project management certification. So that includes that he brings a vast area of expertise delivering project management PMP certification, and who has undergone through his guidance to get the qualification, PMP certification. And so that is a little bit about Shanaka. I think Shanaka could also do a briefing about areas that I may have not gone through, or I may have not covered, what he's all about. So that is a little bit about Shanaka. So today, actually, we will be having a session till 10:30 as an introductory session. The reason is there were a few more to join. Actually, last minute yesterday, they were having some concern. One from actually Kilinochi is working for a project in their water project. So, let me discuss with you all the other days. Also, we have an option of having Saturday plus weekdays also. Weekdays it is Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that is also another alternative when we are going to scheduling the lecture series, which need to cover 35 hours of training. And so let me personally, speak to you all, or have a sort of a poll, and we can decide what are the days that we are going to take it forward from here. And if you have any questions, I have been created a group. So all the previous batch students are also there. So you can come through on that PBSS PMP, the common WhatsApp group, and reach me on that, or you have my contact number. You can make use of that as well to speak to me. And whatever the materials that Shanaka need to share, either Shanaka will share or he will share with me. So I will email to you, and do interactively take part here, not just passive listener. So make use of Shanaka's experience, expertise, and towards the latter part of the program, Shanaka will guide you on how to register for the PMP examination. So I myself also can give you some, share some knowledge on this area. What are the centers and the registration process and getting the PMP certification. So that is the challenge that most of you have to take. You will complete the course, but at the same pace, keep that momentum to complete the certification and get the PMP qualified. That is the most important message I need to mention here. So not just following the program, having the knowledge, but make sure that all of you have that passion and have that commitment and dedication to complete the PMP. So that's something that which we are as an institute, or which I as a basically the person behind arranging all this. And what I need to see is that you all are getting PMP certified, and that's the satisfaction we all have here. So thank you very much. So over to you, Shanaka.
Thank you, Ajit, and good morning to all of you. And quite nice to see a good team here today for PMP. Ajit, I think, gave the very briefing about how you should pursue this program. Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, Ajit gave a briefing about how you should pursue this program. It's intense, 35 hours, or if you really look at kind of 5-day program, which we are trying to do on Saturdays and some of the weekdays based on your preference after office hours though. And we want to take it slow, because one of the learnings that we have made is sometimes some people find it's very difficult if you continue for 5 full days, entire Saturday. So that's why we want to take at least 2-3 hours during the weekday, so that we kind of break that momentum and give you in smaller doses rather than, parking everything on you. So that's the thing, but Ajit will connect with each of you and, finalize a date and a time to do that. Again, welcome all of you. So next 40 hours starting from today being a shorter session, maybe we'll finish it at about 10:30 today, because if you, one thing in this course is you need to attend almost all the sessions, and if you miss, I would say you're going to lose out. There will be a gap because every section is kind of integrated to one another. Every section needs to be very well understood for us to move into the next section. So if you miss half a day, if you miss 2-3 hours during the course, well, you might find it difficult. Doesn't mean that you won't be able to follow, but you might have to do a little bit catch up, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. So that's the reason, since there are a few more people who could not come, we decided we'll have a shorter session today, and from next day, of course, we will continue. So please bear with us today. It's for the betterment of all of you. We are doing that. This program is one of the best in class programs. I'm sure you probably would have done your own research before attending this, but I'll be taking you through the entire gamut of this program. It's one of the most exciting syllabuses that we have today. This entire course amounting to about 5 days, if you really look at, gives you a knowledge beyond an MSc in project management, for example. So I do lectures for various different MScs in project management, but majority of that MSc in project management program contains this syllabus, together with some other, maybe marketing, maybe customer relationship management, maybe organizational behavior, maybe human resource management, kind of additional modules, and drags it to about 2 years, So my recommendation is, if you go through PMP and if you pass PMP, there's no need to do a MSc in project management. You could do maybe a generic MSc or MSc related to one of your particular industries, like MSc in construction management or MSc in electronics, something like that, a different discipline rather than MSc in project management. If you have PMP under your belt, because this is more powerful than an MSc today in the market. Good. So this course basically enables you to sit for 2 certifications, as you can see. Ajit, I'm audible, right? Yeah.
Yes, audible. Yeah.
All right, thanks. Others, I hope you can hear me, but otherwise, please unmute and answer. So enables you to sit for 2 certifications, for example, and you need to pick which certification you want to do. I mean, pointless doing both. PMI will be happy if you do both, because they get, they get their money for the certification, but it's not worthwhile for you to do both, right? One is CAPM, other one is PMP. All of you here today, I'm sure, can do CAPM without a problem. I'll take you through probably next day how you judge that, right? But all of you, I'm sure, could easily do the CAPM. Some of you might not be able to sit for PMP, right? Again, when I look at the forum, when I look at the list, 99% of you or 98% of you can do PMP, right? Can do PMP or qualified to do PMP. But some of you, maybe because you lack experience, maybe because you lack your academic qualifications, maybe you might have to do CAPM, And then later on, maybe after 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, maybe you can sit for PMP. But let's look at that later on, right? And I'll tell you today how to check that also. And I'll take you through that in detail later on, maybe next day. So first of all, you need to pick, am I going to do CAPM or am I going to do PMP? You don't need to do it today. You can even do it towards the end of this class, maybe the last day, because then you will see the gravity of the exam. You'll understand the detail of the subject matter that we are going to talk about, right? And mind you, we are starting from A all the way to Z in project management. A to Z of project management will be covered in this course, and it's one of the, like I said, one of the most sought after syllabuses in the world, and you're going to experience that during this session. Even if you have, I'm telling you, even if you have 15 years of experience, 20 years of experience managing project, every day in this course, you're going to learn something new, which you never thought, which you probably wouldn't have ever experienced in the last 20 years of project management. Guarantee you're going to learn new concepts. That's the beauty of this syllabus. So both for this certification, guys, it's the same syllabus, only difference is the examination. The CAPM exam is much more easier than the PMP exam. PMP exam is much more harder than CAPM exam, because CAPM is an associate level certification, while PMP is a professional level certification. That's where the difference comes in. CAPM is meant to be for people who are moving into project management work, or if you want to migrate from a different profession to a project manager, or if you are just after a degree and if you are keen on pursuing a career in project management, CAPM is your target. But if you already does project management, if you have managed few projects, if you have a few people under you who's supporting you, and if you have a couple of years of experience in doing such things, well, PMP is your goal, right? More details, guys, going forward, and you yourself will judge this. Again, this decision need not be made today, but towards the end of this course, we can do it. And you can even speak to me. I'm happy to share my mobile number, all that, in my slides. You will see, you can call me and discuss any of this leisurely when you have time. We use a reference material, one great reference material that has been formulated by PMI called the PMBOK, right? PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge, we call it. Some people call it as Book of Knowledge also, right? But a better word would be Project Management Body of Knowledge. PMBOK, we call it. We use the latest edition, which is the 8th edition of PMBOK, right? And you will get a soft copy from Ajit today, right? Or once you fulfill your initial registration details, Ajit is going to share all these details with you. So that's the main reference material. You need to read that. Yeah, that's mandatory. And I'll take you through some of the sections of that book, and I'll take you through how to read it. It's not the easiest book to read, by the way. It's a difficult book to read. And in your first reading today, tomorrow, you will only understand about 20% of what these guys are telling. I'm telling you upfront so that it's not a surprise to you. You will only understand about 20% of what they're telling. That's fine. We only want 20-25% today, right? And we are going to bridge that gap going forward. And towards the end of this course, you will understand about 70-75% of what this book says, and how to manage the rest of the 25%, I'm going to tell you a plan, how to fulfill that towards the latter dates of this particular course, right? But this book is very important. Well, while this is the reference guide, we have other materials also time to time. I'm going to show you and I'm going to take you through, and you need to do those as well. So Ajit actually gave an introduction about myself, and thank you very much for that, Ajit. Maybe we will quickly understand about you. We don't have much time because we are a short session today. Maybe if you could unmute, if you're happy, you can switch on the video also, if you're in a position to switch on the video, only for introduction, right? I want to hear you out simply about your name, about the place that you're working at, and what is the intention you thought you should attend PMP. Why? Particularly, I want to understand that what's the driver for you to attend this course? Is it because you want to shift your career to a project manager? Or is it because you're right now doing project management? You need to uplift your skills. You need to show the management that you are a capable project manager. You know, what is that intention for this? Or is it because your organization demands you to attend this? Get yourself qualified? Well, that's what happened to me in 2007. My organization pushed me towards this. I never wanted to do PMP. In fact, in 2007, I never knew about PMP also, right? But my organization demanded me, since you're managing projects and we want to approach US market for the softwares that we are building, so you better get yourself qualified in PMP. I never knew what the hell is PMP. And I asked the same question from me. You know, I'm managing projects. I have done few good projects and I believe I have done it well. Why do I need to do another certification? You know, I'm sure some of you will also have that question in you. But when I started this, at that time, I had to go to Singapore to do this course. But when I was going through this course, I realized I knew only about 1 or 2% of project management. I knew Microsoft project at that time to, you know, build a nice Gantt chart and please my superiors. But once I built a Gantt chart, I never tracked it. It goes under the carpet. We never looked at. Just before a steering committee meeting, we take that Microsoft project. We just, you know, do some amendments just to please the steering committee. We were not practicing project management, is what I felt after attending this course in 2007. And I saw the way that I manage project management completely changed after this course. I'm sure all of you are going to feel that during this course, guaranteed. I have done this for more than 3,000 project managers, and everyone accepts that, you know, and you're going to feel it. So good. So let's hear you out, guys. Very briefly, switch on your camera if you are in a position. Unmute yourself, right? Just give us a quick briefing about yourself, name, where you work at, and what is your driver for this particular course, right? Yeah, we'll start with, I see a name called M. Can you unmute and tell us?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry.
So, I'm Irfan. I'm working as a on a building project, and earlier I worked in a water project, and I tried to do this course because I don't have any professional qualifications. So the first reason is that, and also I need some salary hikes in Sri Lankan industry, the construction industry is very low in these days. So if I want to move for foreign also, I have to do some professional qualifications. So that's why I choose this.
Yeah.
I try to use this.
Good, good. So PMI guarantees a salary hike usually.
Even in Sri Lanka,
globally. Yeah, in Sri
so.
Lanka, it's challenging, questionable, but you might not short term, but long term. You know, I have a lot of experience after getting PMP, the way that my superiors treated me, way that I got my promotions, all that changed, but not immediately. You know, PMP, remember, is just a paper qualification. It tries so many avenues to give you that practical knowledge during this course. I myself will do a lot of practical examples to give you that practical aspects. But the organizations, what they want is, while you have PMP, you need to prove that you're practicing it in your projects. That's what most of the Sri Lankans lack today. You know, we have so many qualifications from degrees to masters to whatnot, but in the real practice, we don't practice any of them. You know, that's where we go wrong. So what the organizations in Sri Lanka wants is, well, good to have PMP, but just because you pass PMP, believe me, you won't get any salary hike. You know, everyone will treat you, yeah, congratulations, very good, all that. But they want to see the results on ground. When you're managing the project, how do you bring that PMP knowledge on ground, execute projects, and can you make those projects more successful? Anyway, we are going to define what is success. It's not the success that you believe in, but PMP has a definition for what you mean by a project success. So this is what your superiors will want. And all of you, that's a good example. Definitely there will be salary hikes, but you need to work towards that. You need to prove this qualification really helped me to change the way I run projects, to change the methodologies that are there in the organization, to change the governance that I'm used to do in projects, is something that you need to really bring it to the on ground. And once you do that, guarantee that you will see a salary hike, designation change. Your competitors will approach you to join them. All of those will happen. Thank you. Sorry, what's your name you said? I only see an M there.
Irfan.
Irfan.
Mohammed Irfan. Yes.
Great, Irfan. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
We have Kavya Fernando, I believe.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Currently I'm working as associate lead, project management.
Kavya, you're breaking.
Oh.
We heard associate project manager in
Antara Solutions.
MCAR.
Antara Solutions.
Antara, okay.
The reason for attending and obtaining the PMP certification is to improve my skills in project management field, and also I'm looking for a new opportunity. Yeah, that's the reason.
Good. So what do you do? Antara does what kind of projects?
So in Antara, we are mostly doing web projects, website projects actually.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you. We have Ajit. Ajit.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Good morning to you all, Shanaka and Ajit. Actually, I'm Ajit Vitanage. Presently, I'm working as the director, Western Province North. Earlier in CB, now it is Electricity Lanka, Electricity Distribution Lanka Private Limited. So my task is basically to manage the Western Province North, looking after the MB and LV network and all operational and maintenance activities related to distribution of electricity. Actually, I have not involved in project activities during my career, but normally in my day-to-day duties, when I come across some task to be performed, I used to treat it as a project with my available knowledge, because I need to optimize the time and the money to task that for, because I like it. Actually, I like to perform it as a small project. And my basic idea is to join this to improve my skills related to project management and gather qualification, because I am reaching my retirement very soon. I'm hoping to do my own after the retirement. So I thought this would be useful for me in doing these future activities. Thank you.
Great, Ajit. I'm sure this will definitely help you a lot today, as well as definitely during your retirement. This is one qualification that you could use to showcase your ability when you're on your own after retirement. Lot of students at IESL. I used to do this course at IESL, Institution of Engineers of Sri Lanka. So a lot of them. Some batches were like 150 people actually, and this has really helped them after retirement, and when they move into their own work on their own, this has really helped them. Thanks. We have Semini. Semini, I think you are connected with two devices. You can mute one.
Can you see me?
Yes.
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 So sorry for that. So good morning. I'm Semini Veerasinghe. I'm currently a third-year student at NIBM, and I'm also looking for an internship as well at the same time. So since I am interested in project management, actually my father recommended this would be a ideal place for you to gain the knowledge about project management. So
Right.
yeah, that's why I chose this course.
Right. Good. So what degree you are doing?
It's management and leadership.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And you're in the which year?
Currently I have to do the internship as well, but with the internship I started my degree as well.
Okay. So in the degree you would have finished 1 year up to now?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a 3-year program. So since I have completed 2 years, so it's 1 more year to go.
All right. All right. So CAPM is your goal. CAPM.
Yeah. Yes.
Ravi, yes. How are you?
Yes, fine, sir. Thank you. So,
yes. So maybe for the betterment, I know Ravi very well, but betterment
yes.
of others, you can just introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Ravi Veerasinghe from ATG Private Limited. That's a company company which produce gloves in Katnayaka. So recently we started implementing SAP. So I thought that this will be help for me.
Yes, very well. Thank you. And Ravi will have some hands-on project management experience also, so that will be really helpful during this particular course. Thanks, Ravi. We have Chatura.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
I'm Chatur Gayam. Actually, currently I'm working in a private company in Qatar as an accountant. So actually, I need to improve my professional qualifications. Uh, that's why I actually joined with this project management course. And actually, I have any experience in different projects in Sri Lanka also. So I think if I learn or if I got these qualifications, I can improve my career, future career also. That's why actually my intention to join with this course.
Sure. So where do you say you're working,
Yes.
Putra?
Sorry.
Where did you say you're working at right now?
Actually, currently I am working in Qatar in private company.
Ah, okay. All right. Thank you. We have Bashini.
Good morning, all. I think little right. Hello, guys.
Yeah, Bashini, yes.
Yeah, guys, I'm Banshini, and I'm working as project executive in project development in Halcyon Power Limited. And I chose this because I'm currently working as project executive in new project developments, and I'm handling 9 new projects. And I manage the unlimited extra applications to improve my project management skills. And my manager also recommend this to degree. I took my degrees in environmental technology, and I want to build strong knowledge in project management. So that's why I select this.
Okay, good. How many years of experience you have?
Actually, roughly 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
1 year experience in project management or team management, project coordination. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel, Bashini, CAPM should be your goal, but you can speak to me if you want to discuss this any further. But CAPM is a good start for you, I feel. So maybe let's discuss this later on. Did we cover? Yeah. Did we cover all, or did I miss anyone else?
Hi, I was missed.
Oh yeah, you go as secondary something. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, couldn't change my name. My name is Jeremy. I work
Jeremy.
for a charity called Child Action Lanka. I did my an MSc in project management in 2018, and I've since worked in education for a long time, for many years, like a few years actually. Probably latter part of COVID onwards, I intended on doing PMP because I want to redirect my work in project management and then do more work there, because I work as an education specialist at the moment, and I teach project management also to undergraduate level at that point. But I want to be to learn the intricacies of project management to see how I can work more in the development sector, especially in delivering projects, monitoring and evaluation, those kind of aspects, and learn the skills. And from what I've heard from colleagues and friends who have done the program, they have really benefited from the practice of project management and the skills. So that is my reason for doing it. And I know that you have to keep updated also. And I think with a lot of technological factors coming into the picture, also being able to understand the method and then supplementing it with the system and tools would be a useful way of facing the challenges in the future with work related to knowledge work.
Yeah, great, Jeremy. Thank you. Where did you do your MSc in 2018? MSc in project management, you said.
Yes, at Next Campus.
Or Next Campus.
Birmingham
so
City
did they use a PMBOK as a reference guide during that MSc?
To
PMBOK
be
6 or 7?
To be very honest, the only module that really delved into it was the project management module itself, which Niroshan Madampiti, he taught it. And then also a lot of the project management areas came when I was doing my dissertation for the program. The other areas were very much related to supply chain management and business management.
So you probably would have done costing, scheduling, quality, those areas you would have touched during that. Okay, that will be helpful for you during this course. Of course, we will, with the lot of changes from 2018 to today, you will see at least 50% of what you have learned in 2018 would be null and void today. and new 50% will probably come in with this course actually. Yeah. Great. Thanks, Jeremy. Anybody else? Did I miss?
Anusha and both Dulmini.
Anusha,
Yeah.
Yes. Dilmini, yes, sorry.
Hello, I'm Dulmini Introductory. I worked at Ceylon Electricity Board since CEB is not more anymore. It is not there anymore. So now I am in National Transmission Network Service Provider Private Limited. I am involved in transmission line construction projects since 2013. And also I have followed this course in 2015, but I didn't go through the PMP certification exam. So with the changes of within the company and the qualification requirements that I will require in future, I thought of going through the getting the PMP certification.
Sure. 2015 would have been
in ISL, yeah.
You came to ISL.
You did it, yeah.
Did I teach there?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, there's so many people, so I can't remember. Sorry about it. Yeah. So it's a good. I mean, you will have some knowledge what you have learned in 2015, but it's a drastic change 2015 today. 2015 we never had agile in PMP. So today 50% of your syllabus, 50% of your exam will be based on agile. I'll talk about it. So agile becomes a vital role in our syllabus because 50% of your syllabus and 50% of your exam questions will be from agile. Whether you like it or not, whether you hate agile or not, you really have to learn it during this course. Otherwise you're going to fail the exam for sure. All of you, I'm telling, even so agile started for information technology industry. Agile started for research industry, but today it's going to go for almost all the industries, including construction, including engineering industries. Not as a full-blown, but on a concept called hybrid methodology of project management, which we are going to talk about during our session. Yes, thank you, Dulmini. We have Anushka, I think. No.
Good morning, sir. I am Anusha.
Anusha, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. I am working as the chief engineer in procurement and material management. Actually, now I am in NTNSP Private Limited. You will not familiar with that. It is a new company formed under restructuring of CEB. And I am working, I have 10 years experience in transmission and grid substation construction projects. And currently I am responsible for the procurement and material management for those projects. And actually same story is behind me as the Miss Dulmini. I also followed that PMP course, 35 hours course in the ISL in 2015. And at that time, I couldn't think to complete the exam, and there was no need actually, and we escaped the exam. But in the new company environment, I thought that for my career development, this PMP will be very important. And I completed my MSc in 2015, and then the PMP will be the best opportunity for my career development, and I thought to complete this PMP.
Thank you, Anusha. I think it's a good example for all the rest of the people. Doing the exam is very important. Even if you follow this course, nothing much happens. You can put your CV, okay, I followed PMP. Nobody will be excited about it because anybody could follow this course. But the whole target of all of you should be, while I do follow this course actively, attentively, my end goal is to pass that examination. I think all of you should have that spirit, because as Anusha and Dulmi says, they would have really understood. Well, it's a difficult syllabus, right? It's not the easiest thing in the world. It's a global exam. recognized almost in every country in the world. If you carry the 3 letters after your name as PMP, it's recognized almost all the countries in the world, right? So it's a global exam, #1 project management qualification in the entire world, right? Entire world, #1 project management qualification in the entire world. So to get that, you really, really have to work towards, right? So from day one, your target should be, I really want to pass that exam. So you should have that goal set in all of your minds, because you won't believe, once you have it, you will have so much of opportunities. You might have so much of flexibility to move from one organization to another one. For most of the countries, PMP becomes a passport. You even get points for your migration visas when you have PMPs. That's the power of this qualification. So obviously, this qualification cannot be taken just like that. You know, you have to work towards it. I can do as much as possible, giving you that knowledge during this 35 hours, right? But you also have to do a lot of things on your own, lot of studies on your own, lot of exam questions on your own. Get yourself prepared to do the exam. We are going to talk about the exam in much more details going forward. Good. I think I heard all of you. Anybody else I missed? Ajit, are we okay?
Yeah, I think we gave the opportunity to all.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, introduce themselves. Yeah.
One more quick one. PMP is a qualification, a syllabus. This course is industry agnostic. Remember that. Industry agnostic, meaning it is not targeted at a particular industry. Well, I work for information communication technology industry, or technology is my, blood. But PMP will work for any industry. It could work for manufacturing. It could work for IT. It could work for research-based projects, education, construction, mechanical engineering, automobile, any area. It's industry agnostic, by the way. But if you look at Agile, for example, ACP is for very particular industries, very much focused on information technology and research kind of projects is the focus of Agile. Just to touch base. So in my session, I will try to avoid case studies in information technology, but I will talk about a lot of other case studies rather than focusing on what I know, information technology. But I'll bring a lot of other examples from construction to engineering to large infrastructure projects, what happens around the world. I'll bring those as case studies to explain you how these project managers ran my project. You see my mobile number? Ajit is going to share all these slides. You don't need to write the slides, right? Slides are for me, guys, right? Slides does not give you much information. The whole idea is you need to keep a book with you, write as much as possible, because I go so much beyond the slides, right? Slides is a guidance for me to make sure that I cover that entire topic. So it's in a summarized form, right? While you can look at the slide, you will also have to listen to me, write those additional notes in the notebook that you have, right? And read the PMBOK, like I said, to get that entire knowledge, right? That's the approach that we are going to go ahead. Good. So quickly to start with, since PMI owns this qualification, I want to talk about very quickly about PMI. PMI was incorporated in 1969, guys, by 4 very senior project managers in United States, North America, in Philadelphia, actually. They thought nobody gives attention to projects, but large number of projects fail around the world. So we need to have a body incorporated to focus only about project management. And in 1969, these 4 project managers started it, and today it has become the largest organization which governs project management. It has a presence in almost every country, including Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka arm was established about 25 years ago. A company name of Mobitel kind of spearheaded that. At that time, the CEO of Mobitel spearheaded the bringing of PMI to Sri Lanka, and we are very grateful for that. And from there onwards, we have grown so much that Sri Lanka has more than 5,000 PMP holders. Well, apparently majority of them have migrated though. But and we have a good practice when it comes. We are not the best, but we have a good practice in project management as of today. These are the 3 greatest certifications PMI offers you today. PMP apparently is the gold standard. Gold standard. It's like putting your seal as a guru in project management. So all of you someday, this should be your goal to get PMP. CAPM is a slightly a scaled down version of that. You know, it's an associate level qualification just for you to enter the project management space and create a career out of project management. CAPM will definitely help you. And like I told you, this course is going to cover both of these certifications, and you need to pick which one to do. Each certification, there is a exam fee which you need to directly pay PMI, not to any institute, directly to PMI. I'll talk about all those during this particular course. Now, ACP is for particular industries, like I said before. It's called knowledge worker projects. If you are particularly doing, you know, IT projects, research projects, ACP is one area that you could focus on. But the recommendation, like I did this, because I'm managing IT projects, but the recommendation is first do PMP. PMP is more generic, has a greater coverage, goes end to end from A to Z. So PMP would give you that project management foundation. And from there, once you get qualified from PMP, this is the same thing I did, right? And then move into ACP, go for specialized project management. ACP does not have a recognition like PMP today, because that's why PMP is the gold standard. Well, ACP is good, has a recognition, but not up to the level of PMP. So all of you have taken the correct decision, either PMP or CAPM. Some of you later on, maybe next year, would think of ACP, Agile Certified Practitioner. My data is, sorry about it, slightly old, guys, about 5-6 years old, right? Sorry about it. But these are all the qualifications that PMI gives you, among which the gold standard is PMP. We have today about 1.5 million PMPers around the world. 1.5 million. Not bad. Not so much also. Out of a 6-7 billion population in the world, 1.5 million PMP holders. So very well recognized. Not so many PMP holders. Sri Lanka has about 5,000 out of this. Right. CAPM, well, small because whoever who gets CAPM will become a temporary qualification, because once they get that exposure, once they get that experience, they will migrate to PMP from CAPM. They will move into PMP, and PMP is a lifelong certification. 2 very important other certifications I won't talk about much, guys. Not very important for this course, but PMI has so many other certifications. And if you're keen on any of this, please call me. These 2 sites are very important, guys. Please make a note, right? Your main website is pmi.org, www.pmi.org. You're going to spend a lot of time on this, starting from today. You're going to spend a lot of time. on pmi.org. You can go to, in the pmi.org, you can go to certification tab, right? And you can browse the certification tab and then pick PMP, CAPM, go through that and understand what is it about. Very important, guys, very important. The second side is a knowledge base, again, extremely important for you. Powered by PMI again, it's called projectmanagement.com. Spend a lot of time on this, guys. You have a lot of case studies. You have a lot of journal articles on this site. You have question and answers. Those questions are not like the PMP questions, but good to look at them. More importantly, they have webinars. Webinars are like 1 hour short sessions, which are very important. So whenever you are free, it's good to listen to a webinar. Now, some of these contents at projectmanagement.com will be free for you, right? But not all. All of it will get free for you once you become a member of PMI. And all of you all are eligible to become a member of PMI. I'll show you how to do that probably the next day, how to become a member of PMI. You need to make a small payment directly from your credit card to PMI to become a member. And you can even publish in your CV saying that you're a member of PMI. You can't say that you have passed PMP, which you are not done the exam. You can say 2 things in your CV. I'm a member of PMI. I'm following the PMP course, right? Once you get the membership, though, you can say member of PMI. With the member of PMI, you get so many benefits. Even your exam fee will be low, but a big benefit would be the entire projectmanagement.com content is free for you. You have journal articles, you have webinars, you have a lot of templates. Now, templates are very important for project management, guys. And we are going to look at some of those templates, and PMI encourage you to use templates. Like when you're building a stakeholder register, PMI says don't reinvent the wheel. Use a template that somebody has created. Maybe you need to enhance that template, fine-tune that template, but using it will always add value and reduce your time. Because PMI says project management is not about documentation. While of course we need to do some documentation, it's not about only documentation. So if you're going to spend 2 weeks in a document of a 3-month project, that's a killer. 3-month project, why do you spend 2 weeks for documentation? That's wrong. So minimize that documentation, reuse some of the things that you have already done. PMI says never reinvent the wheel. Wheel has always invented. You just have to take that wheel, maybe fine tune it, but not to reinvent that. So that's why we use template a lot. We might use a template for a Gantt chart, template for a risk register, template for a communication management plan, template for a stakeholder register. So all that becomes important, and you have hundreds of thousands of templates given to you in your projectmanagement.com. But to access them, of course, you need to have the membership of PMI. So we'll get to that in the next set of sessions. Well, again, my data is slightly old, guys. Sorry for that. This is how the PMP is propagated around the world. You can see the highest number of PMP holders are still North America. The number has increased though from here, right? But 389,000. Today, this would have reached about 600,000 PMP holders are in North America. That's where the PMP started, at Philadelphia, somewhere here, you know, in North America. That's where we started, PMP. Rather PMI, right? And the biggest you can see is China. China is growing rapidly, and PMI predicts Chinese PMP holders will surpass North America by 2029. You know, 3 more years. China will be the biggest PMP holders in the world because they're doing brilliant infrastructure projects today. Large number of infrastructure projects, and PMI has realized Chinese market would be the biggest market for project management today, and it's growing. So it's going to pass United States in 2029 in terms of PMP holders. South America, you can see very low number of PMP holders, right? EMEA also a little bit low. EMEA stands for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That's the EMEA region. You know why EMEA has low? Because EMEA has another kind of certification called Prince 2. Prince 2 is not a competitor to us, but Prince 2 is a methodology, whereas PMP is a framework. And we are trying to understand the difference later on. Methodology versus a framework, right? Well, I of course like frameworks rather than methodology, and I'm sure majority of you also like frameworks, and we'll discuss the nitty-gritties later on, right? Now, belongs to a region called Asia Pac, Asia Pacific, starting from India, Sri Lanka, all the way to Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, Korea, Japan is the Asia Pac. Asia Pac is the third largest market you can see. Under the Asia Pac, obviously the biggest number of PMP holders are India, apparently. India is the biggest number of PMP holders right now. So we belongs to Asia Pac, actually. Sri Lanka belongs to Asia Pac. Now the world map is kind of important, guys, right? A lot of large-scale projects were executed, right? I'll talk about 2 particular case studies to motivate you and encourage you. You need to answer me a lot of questions, guys. What is this ocean called? Nothing to do with project management. This is your O-level days. You can unmute and tell me, what is the name of this ocean? Come on, guys. Anyone unmute? Yeah, no. What is this ocean called? This ocean
Pacific
connects
Ocean.
from this side also. Sorry?
Pacific Ocean?
Yes, very good. Pacific Ocean. In our old O-level days, we heard it's one of the biggest and the deepest oceans in the world is what we heard, right? Of course, we know this ocean, Indian Ocean, we know that. This ocean, anyone? It's called the Atlantic Ocean, right? So Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Mankind has done a lot of projects. In the history, when a ship leaves, maybe Japan, maybe Australia, maybe New Zealand, the ship will reach the Pacific Ocean, you know. And if the next stop of that ship is North America, maybe California somewhere here, right? So the ship leaves through the Pacific Ocean, reach California as the first stop in the good old days, right? And if the second stop is Europe, somewhere here. What happens to the ship is, ship will have to come all the way down, 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 cross South America, go all the way up, 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 and to reach Europe. That's the journey we were used to. But in year 1500, long, long time ago, more than 500 years ago, right? In year 1500, mankind realized, well, this journey is really not worth. It's going to take more time. It's going to increase the shipping cost from here all the way down and to reach Europe. And year 1500, we were thinking, is there any shortcut to this? Rather than going all the way down and coming all the way up, is there any shortcut to this? And the mankind realized, yes, even though the North America and South America is connected, there is a small bit of land. There is only 51 miles. And if we can cut a canal over it, possibly the ship could come down here, cross to the other side, and could reach Europe. That's a damn shortcut. And we started digging a canal here in year 1500. Right? Anybody remembers the name of this canal? It is very active today. Guys, you need to unmute and answer.
Panama.
Panama.
Very good. Very good. Panama Canal. One of the man-made wonders, we say. One of the deadliest projects mankind have ever experienced. Why I call deadliest? We lost a lot of lives during this project. It was one of the most toughest projects that the mankind has ever undertaken. So in year 1500, Americans deployed a team of project specialists and wanted to dig a 51-mile canal to link Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean. To link Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean. They had to dig a canal because the shortest distance between the two oceans is on top of a country called Panama, and it is only 51 miles. So the length of the canal was 51 miles. Sounds not that difficult. The Americans started digging this 51-mile canal. Now, Panama is in an area closer to Sri Lanka, you can see in the line, with lot of natural disasters. Lot of natural disasters through the entire year. We also face this, like all those things comes our way, but Panama is worse. Panama is worse because surrounded by a large ocean bed, Pacific Ocean. So the natural disasters are very, very high. So Americans attempted so long, and Americans realized God is against that. God is against linking Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. And this project was terminated because they realized cannot build the Panama Canal, cannot build. So difficult, so much of disasters. And for the first time, Panama Canal was terminated. After about 200 years from there, in year 1700, French have built Suez Canal. It's in news these days, right? It's in news these days, Suez Canal, connecting Europe to Europe through Middle East to Asia, Suez Canal. So Suez Canal eliminates a longer shipping route, giving a shortcut from Europe, Mediterranean to Asia, a shortcut. Suez Canal is much more longer than 100 miles. And French built it. And French realized if we can build 100 miles long canals, what is 51 miles for us? So French accepted the challenge, and French said, we will build the Panama Canal, just 51 miles, on a concept called BOT, B-O-T. Can anybody unmute and tell me, what do you mean by BOT in project management? BOT, very famous. We build Mobitel. We build Mobitel through BOT, B-O-T. We built Mobitel at that time, you know, on a concept called BOT. Yes, somebody unmuted, sorry. Tell me, what is BOT?
Build, own, transfer.
Yeah, actually build, operate, and transfer. Correct,
Operate.
very correct. Build, operate, and transfer. So what we did for Mobitel at that time, SLT, we never had the knowledge to build a cellular operating company, SLT being a government organization. So SLT invited bids from various parties. We don't want to invest, but you invest, build 𝐒𝐾𝐿. So a Swedish company came and they said, okay, we'll build it. We will put the entire capital. We will build all the towers. We will build the switches. We will bring the software. We will recruit the correct people. We will send them on training. We will build Mobitel. B for build. I mean, you just don't build and go away. You need to make money out of it. That's why we said, okay, you operate it for 10, 15 years. Earn your money back because you invested. You did the entire thing. You did the knowledge transfer. So we will give you the freedom to operate it for 10 to 15 years. You earn your money back and you go away, transfer the entire knowledge to us. T for transfer. Build, operate, transfer. That's a very famous concept in project management. So French said, okay, fine. We will build it. We will operate for 10 years. We will earn our money back and we will go transferring our knowledge to Panamanians to operate the Panama Canal later on. Everyone agreed. French deployed 40,000 people to build a 51-mile canal. It's like 1,000 people for 1 mile, for example, at that time in year 1700. And French started the second attempt to build the Panama Canal in year 1700. And the project went I mean, with delays after delays after delays after a lot of difficulties. And French never gave up because it's a shame to give up, because after all, they complete the Suez Canal without a problem. And everyone will ask them, why can't you build the Panama Canal? Until French realized out of 40,000 people, 28,000 people are dead in attempting to build the Panama Canal. So we lost 28,000 people. That's why we call it one of the deadliest projects we ever undertook. So 28,000 people sacrificed to build the Panama Canal because of so much of natural disasters. Malaria was identified during this time. French never believed a small mosquito can kill a person, for example, but it happened in year 1700, you know. And French, for the second time, terminated this project saying, God is against linking Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean. So for the second time, Panama Canal was terminated. These are called mega projects, guys. You and I will hardly experience executing a mega project. I'm sure, honestly, we will all agree. Well, I haven't executed a mega project, right? But this is an example of a mega project. Right? How difficult it is. Lot of environmental problems, lot of politics involved, lot of dangers involved. And for the second time, after sacrificing 28,000 people, French terminated this project. Then year 1900, with all the new technology, Americans again deployed a set of people after doing a lot of research, lot of new approaches, lot of new technology. Americans completed this project. You know, one of the biggest problems French realized was when they were building this project, they realized, my God, we have a problem. Two oceans are in two different heights. Even though they're just separated in 51 miles, the two oceans are in two different heights. So when the two oceans are in two different heights, how do you build a canal across that? It's impossible. And if you look at if you use Google Earth on your laptop and zoom, you will see a near real-time picture of Panama Canal. And you will see how we sorted out the two oceans in two different heights. You know, you have big gates, you open the gate and you put the ship inside. This in the ocean, right? You put the ship inside. These are not boats, guys. These are massive mega ships. You know, you put the ship inside, you pump in water, and the ship will rise up to the level of the next gate, and you go into the next gate, again close the gate, you pump in water, and the ship will rise. So that's how we sort out the two different heights. You can see a lot of YouTube videos on this if you're keen, how we built Panama Canal. You know, Americans completed this that's why Trump says Panama Canal belongs to us, because we completed it at the end. You know, in 1997, recently, 1997, there were a lot of traffic in the Pacific Ocean bed here, as well as the Atlantic Ocean bed here, because Panama Canal had only one lane. And usually a ship takes about 5 hours to cross the Panama Canal. 5 hours. Why? Make a ship it takes time, right? So other ships have to wait, and it's a one-way traffic only. So in 1997, Panamanians built the second lane of traffic. That's another project. Usually it is highlighted in projectmanagement.com, how Panamanians made it dual lane. So now once a ship is crossing Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean, another ship could cross from Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean, vice versa. Amazing. In 1997, it became the world's #1 project, won a lot of awards. A lady ran this project at that time. It was a lady project manager, you know, who was spearheading the entire second lane of Panama Canal. And you can see all this in YouTube as well as projectmanagement.com if they still have it. It's one of the man-made wonders, by the way, and we still use it. Almost all the ships today cross from Atlantic to Pacific Ocean via this canal. Very important. These are called mega projects. If you have a National Geographic Channel, NGO, PMI sponsors a series called Mega Projects. And one mega project is this. It's a 1 hour nice video. You can listen how we did it. How the man, I just gave you an abstract of it, but the entire video. Sometimes these mega projects are on YouTube also, right? So you can search for YouTube, and if you're lucky, you will see some of these mega projects. You have plenty of mega projects like this. Due to the time limitation, I just explain you one. I'll do that. I'll explain one more, and we close the session for today. Right? Now, this ocean is called Atlantic Ocean. If you are gone in a plane, guys, I'm sure some of you have done it, right? From Europe, somewhere here, London, France, you know, from Europe to New York, somewhere here, guys, New York, right? Your flight, be it a 747 be it 777, you know, A340s can do it, A350s can do it, Airbus, A380s can do it, right? It takes good 9 hours to reach here. 9 hours to reach here. So for about 9 hours, you're going to see the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. You know, the latest aircraft that we have, A380, for example, takes about 9 hours to cross the famous Atlantic Ocean. In 1968, long time back, mankind wanted to see, can we shorten that time? You know, that's where the projects comes on board. It's too long, 9 hours in a passenger plane just to cross Atlantic Ocean. Can't we reduce that? So Airbus, the European party, there are only two companies in the world who manufactures large passenger aircraft. I'm talking about large passenger aircraft. One is Boeing in United States, right? Boeing in United States manufacture large passenger aircraft. When we were Air Lanka long time back, we had a fleet of Boeing aircrafts. The second company is Airbus in Europe. Airbus in Europe, you know. So when we became Sri Lankan Airlines, we got rid of Boeing and we went to Airbus, A320, A330, A340. Those are the aircrafts that we have. Airbus. That's the European. These are the two companies, guys, who manufacture large passenger aircrafts, right? So Airbus at that time took the challenge and started building a passenger aircraft to cross Atlantic Ocean in 3 to 3.5 hours. Wow. So that 9 hours could get reduced to 3 to 3.5 hours. Amazing. That's what projects are all about. Projects are all about. So in they started in 1978, sorry, my bad, 1978. And they completed this project. This project had a nice motto, slogan. Api samani projects වලට දානවනේ පොඩි slogan එක, a motto. This motto was difficult to understand. The motto said, arrive before you leave. Hey, what do you mean, arrive before you leave? That was the motto of this particular project. Crossing Atlantic in 3 to 3.5 hours. And the project slogan was arrive before you leave. What do you mean by arrive before you leave for a passenger aircraft? That means you leave London at 10 a.m. today. 10 a.m. today, you leave London. And you arrive in New York 7 a.m. today. You leave London at 10 a.m. today, and you will arrive in New York 7 a.m. today. That's the motto talking about arrive before you leave. You know? Anybody knows the name of this plane? There was a famous name. You can unmute and answer. It was very famous. It was a brand established. Yes, very good. Very good. Excellent. It was called Concorde. You know, Concorde has one vision, guys. Concorde was built, funded by British Airways and French Airlines. British Airways and French Airlines. So they never gave Concorde to Singapore Airlines. They never gave Concorde to Emirates. They never gave Concorde to Qantas. You know, it was only operated by British Airways and French Airlines. and it has one objective, very important in a project, one objective. What is that? Cross Atlantic Ocean as fast as possible. That was the objective. So close to this Atlantic Ocean, it is British Airways and French Airlines, and from other side, New York. So that's the only route it took, from London to New York, from France to New York, and vice versa. That's the only route, because this plane was optimized for that, Concorde. It never went to Australia. Well, its last journey, before they retire Concorde, it went around the world, stopped at most of the airports, you know. But the intention of Concorde was this: crossing Atlantic in 3 to 3.5 hours. So Concorde, if you look at this video, there are plenty of videos in YouTube. You should watch it if you're keen on it. It's a man-made miracle. Operated for 28 years. Concorde operated for 28 years without any fatal accidents. 28 years. But on the 28th year, YouTube has this video. For it's unfortunate, you know, I won't explain the details, but it's a nice video to watch. Concorde crashed, kind of on the runway itself, you know, killing all the passengers, and it lost the glory. You know, one of the factors was the speed itself. You know, it's kind of, they call it Concorde catapult itself. Concorde kind of presses its wheel to reach 40,000 feet. Usually today airlines reach about 33,000 feet, but Concorde wanted 40,000 feet. That's why they said it's not good for the ozone layer at that time, because it goes so high to reach that speed. A Concorde speed is faster than a bullet. You know, if you fire a bullet, the speed of Concorde is faster than that. So it needs to go so high, because higher you go, lesser the air that you have to reach that speed. And on the 20th year, Concorde faced this fatal accident, which killed everyone on board and some of the people on ground. And it lost the glory of Concorde. Then people were afraid to travel in this super speed jet. And they realized it's no more worth to operate Concorde. And British Airways and French Airlines decided to retire it. So no more Concorde we have today. If we want to cross Atlantic, happily, we take 9 hours to cross Atlantic. There's no other way to speed up today, right? Because Concorde is no more. It's not a project problem, guys, but it's an operational problem. We are going to understand this concept also. Operations versus projects during this study, right? It was an operational problem that became difficult to operate. And after 28 years, if you go to London, if you go to New York, most of the museums today will have Concordes. And if you happen to go to any of those countries, France, London, New York, you will see Concorde in every museum they have. And might as well look at it. Nice to see. So this is a man-made miracle again, right? These are the mega projects I was talking about, guys. These are the difficult mega projects that we have more. Building A380, building 747 in 1971. All these are massive mega projects that different people undertook. Building the Chinese Olympic Stadium in 2008, if I can remember correct. Building the fastest train on earth, TGV, breaking that fast and building the fastest train on earth by Germany called maglev, magnetic levitation. All these are mega projects. Due to the time limitations, okay, I won't talk about all, but time to time we will discuss some of these case studies. Good. I'll finish with the last slide, guys. I just want to finish with this, right? This is your reference guide, and Ajit will be sharing you this reference guide today, right? But I want to emphasize one important element. I pick it up from the PMI website itself because some of the lecturers go wrong on it. I want you to understand it correctly, right? This text, I pick it up from PMI's own website. It says the exam is based on the PMP certification exam content outline, ECO, not the PMBOK guide or any other reference books that PMI talks about. A guide to the project management body of knowledge, PMBOK, 7th edition. Of course, now it's 8th edition, but 7th is also good. Will now be a reference to inform the development of the exam items. It's a very important statement, guys. Don't go wrong on it. PMBOK is not your syllabus. It's a reference guide to understand the content that is in your syllabus called the ECO, exam content outline. So ECO is our syllabus, and we need to finish that syllabus end to end during this 35 hours, which we are going to do. While my slides will have some content on it, PMBOK will have much more details on it. That's why I said you need to read PMBOK. I'll talk about the preparation for the exam, all that, you know, right? And I'll give you all that knowledge so that you can start preparing. Now, ECO, again, ECO is available at pmi.org. But this is very important, guys. Listen to me very carefully. Your exam is going to get changed. Your exam is going to get changed in July 2026. When I say exam is going to change, the format of the exam is going to change. Nothing major, but better to prepare for it. So it won't be a surprise for you. Because now we are in May, right? This course will go till about probably, we go slow on this. So probably this course will go the entire May and entire June, for example, right? Right, step by step. And then you need a study period. Some of you will study while we're doing it. Very important. You need to do that. And I'll talk about it. You need to study kind of every day, right? Next 3 to 4 months is critical, guys. If any of you have the objective, I really want to pass this exam, you need to be upfront, ready, and tell me, I will sacrifice next 4 months. And if I do that, my next 40 years will be beautiful, or next 30 years will be beautiful with a global qualification under my belt. I need to sacrifice 4 months, guys. Not to resign from your office, you know, but sacrifice other extracurricular things. Things like Facebook, you know, you need to sacrifice. You know? Things like without good at tools. I'm not very good at them, but you need to sacrifice. And focus on getting yourself ready for the exam while you are doing work in your organization. So you have a limited time after office, you have limited time. So that limited time have to be used correctly to pass this examination. So guys, by the time you're getting ready for the exam, it will be the new exam, July 2026, right? So you need to refer this ECO, not the previous ECO, right? When you go to pmi.org today, you will see this. Exam is going to change, be prepared. The new ECO is this, right? They're told all that, and you can download. But by the way, Ajit is going to send this also to you. This is our syllabus. ECO කියන අපේ syllabus එක stands for exam content outline. The American වචනයක් ඉතින් අපි English වල syllabus කියනවනේ. Americans have different words, right? Exam content outline. So more importantly, in this ECO, right, we have three main domains to cover in terms of our syllabus, in terms of our exam, right? Percentage of items on the exam. We have three main pillars: people, process, business environment. People are very important for projects. Projects are driven by people. 33% of your exam, and in a way 33% of your syllabus is dedicated to talking about people. Amazing. How are you going to manage people? How are you going to motivate people? How are we going to, look at diversity in our organization, be it gender, be it generational diversity, be it ethnic, be it race? How are you going to do that? Because projects are a team of people walking towards achieving one objective. So people becomes important. 33% of our syllabus and exam is allocated there. If you miss people, that means you're going to fail the exam. Upfront, cut and dry. Next, more important part of the exam is about process. Process brings that governance to a project. What do you mean by process? The process to identify risk. Either somebody will say, "Ade, mama itin ok karanawa ne, itin mata itin oluwata enewa tika mama podi Excel එකක් කරන් risk register කියලා ගහලා මම දානවනේ ඒක." Yes, I was also doing the same thing before PMP. But PMP says that's wrong. That's not the process. That's not the governance we talk about. Then what else? Well, developing the project schedule, so-called the Gantt chart. For me, it's simple. I know Microsoft project. I talk to the customer, I come to the desk, and I use Microsoft. It's such an easy tool. I use Microsoft project, and I build the Gantt chart. I present it to my sponsor and the project steering committee. Everyone is very happy. I never open it again. I sometimes erase also. I don't want to see it again. All wrong practice. That's why your projects never end successfully. So we have a process for all those: costing, to scheduling, to quality, to communication, to stakeholder management, to risk management. How do you identify a low risk, high risk? How do you quantify a risk? Quantify, not qualitative. Can I talk about risk in rupees and cents? Oh, amazing. Can I park contingency in terms of rupees and cents to take care of the risk? Those are the processes we are going to talk about in this 35 hours. And we are going to spend a lot of time on that second domain, process. And you'll be surprised to hear some of these areas. Particularly, how do we quantify a risk? We never heard. My boss says, when I do the pricing and timing, he says, "Ade, ogada danna tawa 115ක් වැඩියෙන්." You know, that is also contingency. But that is not a proper method to give that contingency. ඒ 15 හරියන්නත් පුළුවන්, වැරදෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. හුඟක් වෙලාවට වැරදෙනවා. හුඟක් වෙලාවට අපේ experience එක අඩේක වැරදෙනවා. So we are looking at a different approach to do this. And that is what processes are all about. Largest component in your exam is this. 41% of your examination talking about processes in project management. You really have to know this. You really have to know this if you are a disciplined project manager. We are trying to move out of our gut feelings that we are doing today and to become more professional, more scientific in doing certain things in a project. Lastly, we have business environment, talking about your culture, talking about your ethics, talking about your environment, talking about your emotional intelligence is all about business environment that these projects are executed on. Business environment that these projects are executed on. And that is the lowest element though, but 26%. Earlier, this was 8%, guys. If you look at the previous ECO last year, this was 8%. With the changes, PMI has realized, my God, no, 8% is not enough. We need to improve business environment because projects run in Sri Lanka will be so different to project runs in Europe because that business environment matters a lot. Sometimes politically driven. Sometimes in Sri Lanka, it is with a lot of challenges. Sometimes with a lot of resource scarcity, unlike Europe running a project. So business environment matters a lot. We might not have the adequate experience, resources compared to Europe. That's business environment problem. Our CEOs, board of directors will not understand the gravity of project managers, whereas in Europe, they all understand it very well. Business environment and its impact to project management. So PMI increased from 8% to 26% from July. So that's the syllabus we are going to learn, guys. Brand new. If some of your friends says, no, business environment is 8%, process is 50%, people is 42, they are old. They are old. Make a pen and no nෑ. ඕක නෙමෙයි July ඉඳලා මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි exam එක construct වෙන්නේ කියලා. That's why we are sharing with you all this. That's why we are upfront, very transparent with you all this. This is what we are doing. The latest PMBOK is the 8th edition. The latest ECU, exam content outline, is what I'm showing you. We are going to share both of these, guys, today. Just have a look. Read it through, right? It has more elements, guys. We are going to talk all of it. So domain is the high level, supported by task, supported by enablers. Example like people are the first domain. People. 33% of your exam. People. So under the people domain, we have multiple tasks. In fact, this shows you under people's domain, 33%. 33%. You have so many tasks. Task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to study 8 tasks, starting from next class. Sorry, not next class. After that, I'll talk about how we are going to cover this, right? So it has so many topics you can see in terms of tasks. In terms of tasks, develop a common vision, manage conflicts because people are going to go with conflicts. Leading the project team as a project manager, how do you bring that leadership, charismatic role into the project? Engaging stakeholders, very important. Align stakeholder expectations, make sure you fulfill the stakeholder expectations, otherwise they are going to kick you out. Manage stakeholder expectations. Help ensure knowledge transfer. How do you transfer that knowledge? Once the project is over, so-called the operations team will have to continue and you need to transfer that knowledge. And plan and manage communication. Very nice. Very structured. So it gives you an example, guys. Under people domain, we have a task called help ensure knowledge transfer. And enablers talks about how would you do that knowledge transfer? කොහොමද මේ task එක execute කරන්නේ? Enablers කරන්නේ ඒකයි. මේ හැම එකේම enablers තියෙනවා මේ. තේරෙනවනේ? Manage conflict. මේ ටික තමයි enablers. So as a project manager, when you see 2 people in the project are having a conflict, what enablers that you have to look at, how do you sort that out? ඒකයි මේ කියන්නේ මේ rocket science නෙමෙයි. Sometimes you might be doing it without knowing these words. You might be already doing this. But what we are trying to do is, we are trying to learn it in the proper way and do it in the proper way. Sometimes you might be doing it in an ad hoc way. Right? So it says in the example, to do the knowledge transfer, I first have to identify the critical knowledge in my project. I have to identify what knowledge is critical, and then I need to record it. I need to store that knowledge. Could be in Excel, could be in a repository, could be in a folder. I need to record that knowledge, critical knowledge. After identifying, I need to record it, and then towards the end of the project, I need to transfer it. How do you transfer it? Maybe I conduct brainstorming sessions. Maybe I conduct classroom exercises. Maybe I conduct presentations. Maybe I conduct on-the-job knowledge transfers. Maybe I conduct writing a report and passing that entire report as the knowledge transfer. Knowledge is a critical element, guys, in our syllabus. We even have procedural knowledge and tacit knowledge. Those are lovely examples, and we are going to talk about examples what BMW did, examples what happened to the world chess champion, all these beautiful examples. When it comes to knowledge in terms of tacit and procedural knowledge. So again, in summary, each domain, guys, have a lot of tasks. 8 in the first domain you saw, and lot of enablers for each of to execute each of those tasks. Very nice syllabus, and we are going to study each and every one of these. That's how we are going to spend 35 hours from today, right? So domain 2, process, 41 process, 41% in terms of the exam and your syllabus. See? Develop and manage project scope. Ensure value-based delivery. Plan resources. Plan procurements. Plan finances. Amazing. Plan schedule. Project status. Project closure. 10 tasks are there. Business environment, 26%. Again, having the same thing. Once you receive these documents, guys, I want you to read it, right? This is an example of if you want to do PMP, what's your eligibility criteria? I said maybe not all of you could do PMP based on this eligibility criteria. I'll also take you through this, but you can quickly read it and understand. So whoever who is not qualified for PMP can do CAPM. So don't worry about it. Can do CAPM. Good. Some of the other information is there. So we will basically take you through this going forward. Any questions, guys, before we close the session for today? Sorry, we are closing it a little early because I don't want others to miss it, right? So on behalf of others, we'll do a quick small sacrifice today just to manage the entire class. But I'm sure you got a in-depth overview of the exam you're going to face and some of the case studies that are there around the world, some of the sites that you need to access, pmi.org, projectmanagement.com. Don't forget, very important for you to spend time on those areas. Any questions before we close the session? You can unmute and answer.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, Ajit.
Okay, you go ahead.
Ajit, go ahead.
Yeah, can you explain a bit about the exam paper and pass marks and the criteria? Because I have not involved in projects in my 30 years of career.
Yeah.
But
will
it be a disqualification for me to sit for the exam, PMP?
Sorry?
Will it be a disqualification for me to?
No.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. You will speak to me separately. We will manage it. We can. Don't worry about it. In terms of the exam, we have 180 questions, right? It's MCQ based. We are having a separate session talking about the exam, but since you're asking me, I'll quickly give you a brief. We have 100. So we have 230 minutes to complete the exam, guys, right? 230 minutes to complete the exam. It's about 1 minute and 20 seconds for a question. So not that difficult, not that easy, right? But we need to accelerate. So your paper contains 180 questions, and you have 240 minutes with two 10 minutes breaks in between. Again, once you finish 60 questions, you can take a 10 minutes break, very difficult for your brain. And then once you finish the next 60 questions, you can have another 10 minutes break. So it's a 4-hour exam. 4-hour exam. You need to answer 180 questions. So slightly about 1 minute and 25 seconds for one question, actually, right? So we need to speed up, right? We need to speed up, which can be done. There's no disqualification area. How many years of experience you have?
30 years, 30 plus.
Wow, more than enough. You are there. You can do the PMP. Don't worry. And when you're filling the application, you can talk to me so that I will guide you how to do that.
Yeah,
good. Anybody else?
I just wanted to double check on this is Jeremy.
Yes.
Just want to double check on something you said. So the exam, the ECU that we follow will be or the exam that we book will be ideally after July.
Yeah, starting from July 1st.
Starting from July. Okay.
Yeah, but I would say any idea for you to do the exam before that?
No.
It will be difficult for you to do the exam before that unless you have done PMP before and you're just kind of repeating kind of thing. Otherwise, it will be difficult. So we thought let's focus on the new exam because this course is valid forever. For example, even you can do the exam in 2029, right? Or 2030 even make කරන්න පුළුවන්. එකම වැඩි දින දැන් අමතක වෙනවා මේ ඔක්කොම ඉතින්. So you need to do the exam as soon as possible. My recommendation is, let's say if you finish the course by end of June, you need to sit for the exam towards August. Somewhere in August, because you need about 1 to 1.5 months to do that study, do that exam questions. You need about 1 to 1.5 months because most of you all are working full time, right? So you will only have Saturday, Sunday, some of you Saturday half day also, Saturday, Sunday, and weekdays from about 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock midnight. Hopefully, you will have some days to study, right? And you really need that time, guys. You need that time. I know you might say weekdays, all those things are there. But you need to find a mechanism to sacrifice those during these 4 months. You might say weekend, I had to take my kids, I had to do all those. Yeah, I understand, right? But you really, really have to find that time, Otherwise, it will be difficult. And my recommendation is not to go so further. August, September, make an exam because if you go further and further, you will forget what I told you. You will only realize, because so much of content. You saw the amount of contents that we are going to follow, right? So much. A to C of everything about project management we are going to finish, right? So the content is so large, so you need to have time and space to do this, right? It's not difficult. I'm not encouraging you guys. The step that you take is brilliant, right? Majority of my students have done it, and you can do it. You just have to find time here and there. Make karanna vidyak kapi hadagannu. That's it. So target August, September. Worst case October to sit for the exam. That would be the best. Hot. Yes. Anyone else?
Shanika, I have a same question. So I have 5+ years of experience in project management.
Yes.
So I can apply for the PMP, right? Or should I
Yes.
go for?
No,
Okay.
if you have 5+, you can apply for PMP. No issues.
Okay, cool. Thanks so
Yes.
much.
Sure. Anyone else?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Once I have applied for the exam, how many times I can write the exam? Or only one time?
Well, you can write 3 times, right?
Okay.
But PMI will charge a small fee on that. After 3 times, you're supposed to take a 1-year break and reapply again. But I say your target should be to complete it in the first time, right? Because I have seen, if you don't focus much on the first time and if you think of repeating and all, it's difficult. It's not going to happen like that, right? So let's target. I mean, you have good intentions, but let's target first run to complete it and pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Good. Is that all? Great.
Sir,
So
do
Ajit,
we?
yeah, tell me.
Yes. Do we have to submit any supportive document to prove
No,
our experience in the exam?
On
Okay.
see, I'll take you through this entire session. But since you're asking this question, I'm telling on they trust you. It's an American organization. They trust you, but time to time, they will pick certain people for an audit. Sri Lanka's audit rate has been about 10%. So out of 10 people who apply for the exam, probably 1 or 2 might get caught to audit, right? So if you get caught to the audit, then you need to submit all these documents, including this certificate, which is given to you by Perfect Academy, right? This course cannot be done on your own. This course has to be done through an institute, through a PMP recognized lecturer. So I signed the certificate together with the senior officers at the Perfect Academy. So this certificate is mandatory, right? This certificate together with your, if you say you have a degree, if you say you have a master's, a certificate so copy is owner. Apart from that, you indicate in the application what kind of experience you have, and those experiences also you need to highlight. I mean, they will reach out to your supervisors and get a verification whether you have those experience. Not difficult. Anyway, audit rate in Sri Lanka is quite low. India is about 80% audited, but we are at about 10% audited. So we are in good books with PMI though, right? So nothing to be worried. But at the first go in your application, you don't need to submit anything, but you need to make sure we tell the truth there. We'll tell the truth. Anyway, when you are filling the application and all, if you need any support, you can reach out to me directly and I will advise you. Don't worry. Any questions? Any other?
Exam is physical or online?
So you have 2 options. Option number 1, you can attend exam center. We have few exam centers around Colombo. I think we have one in Kandy. You will see them when you put in the registration, because these centers also time to time get changed, right? And so you can book a date online. Once you finish the course, once you apply, you can book a date and a time and go to the exam center around your hometown and do the exam there. That's the exam. So that's the option 1. Option 2 is you can do it at home. Doing it at home is called proctor guided exam, right? Proctor guided exam means somebody is going to monitor you through your own webcam throughout the exam. very uncomfortable, right? So I usually don't recommend doing the exam at home because it has few complications. One is throughout the exam, from the other end, somebody will be monitoring you. So you have to have a laptop with a webcam working to do that. And you can't have any documents on your table. They will check. They will ask you to rotate the laptop. They will check whether you have any books, any notes in your room, and whether any other people are there in your room. It should be a closed environment, and so that's a little bit difficult when somebody is watching you, right? Number two, you can't have any sound. If they hear a sound, if they suddenly hear somebody speaking, they might cancel the entire exam, right? So you have to be careful on that. Third is, apparently if you lose electricity and if your internet goes, well, clock will still move. So let's say 10 minutes you lose electricity, 10 minutes of your exam time will be lost. You cannot get it back when you're doing it at home. So because of that, I usually don't recommend to do it at home. I always recommend participants do it at an exam center, because electricity will be there. Even if electricity goes, exam center will give you that additional time, right? And there's nobody watching you through your webcam. Of course, exam center will have 1 or 2 people, will go around time to time. But it's the safest way to do the exam center. It's an online exam. You can decide when you are going to do, what time, what date, based on the schedule. You can pick that time.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, guys. So if there's nothing more, throughout this course, you are going to hear all this again, right? If there's nothing more, Ajit will connect with you slowly and see whether we could have more sessions, right? Smaller sessions, rather than having full day like this, maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4 smaller sessions to give you that quick boost. Because one of the things is you need to study continuously. So you need to find time. So smaller sessions are sometimes effective. We will definitely do few Saturdays, at least about 3 Saturdays, continuously, full days, like bigger dose, but multiple smaller sessions also to support you, right? But again, it all depends on whether you're free at 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the evening. All that Ajit will check with you. All right, guys, thank you very much, and be positive about the exam. Have a target, start reading. YouTube has a lot of videos, right? Good to watch them if you have time, right? Ajit is going to share you the PMBOK 8 today, right? Please read the PMBOK 8. Previous version of PMBOKs are not that important. 8 එක විතරක් කියවුවත් ඇති, but if you want, if you have more time, reading 7 is also good, but not very important, right? Reading 8 itself is good enough, guys. Ajit will share the 8th edition of the PMBOK today. All right, guys, thank you very much, and see you soon on the next session.
Okay, so thank you, Shanaka. Thank you for us. Thank you taking through the session. Very good introduction and how to prepare the exam and the knowledge areas covered. So let me all the participants share an email today evening with the time plan. So just reply to my email and indicate what are the convenient times going forward. So thank you very much, everyone. So I will share this recording as well, most likely on Monday, so you can watch the same recording again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Shanak. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.